Welcome back, my fellow gamers. I am Patrick. This is Astrobite Gaming, and today is a very special day because today I am starting Mass Effect Episode 1 of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. My favorite console game ever. I have played this I don't know how many times. So we're just gonna get ready to get started, but before we get started, I have to tell you how this series is going to operate. So, the first thing you need to know is I am an explorer. I love to do every mission, every side mission, go everywhere, read every piece of lore that is possible to get in the game. So I take my time and I see everything there is to see in the game. So that means if you're looking for a quick playthrough where somebody just runs through the main story, maybe a couple side missions, then unfortunately I am not the one for you. However, if you enjoy long playthroughs with many episodes and going everywhere, seeing and doing everything possible, then welcome, I am the gamer for you, and let's strap in and get ready for this journey with Mass Effect 1.
Welcome to Alliance Military.
Yes!
Classified information requested.
It brings back so many feelings and memories, dude!
Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Alright, let's go! So, if anybody is worried about me having played this before and playing through the franchise, you do not have to worry. As far as it comes to my emotions, I am a very empathetic person, a very emotional person, so I will feel it again. I will get those feelings all over again. Just being here is like making me shake, dude, because I remember playing it for the first time. Oh. We're going custom mail.
Please log in to access your profile.
And we're going with my name. Let's do it. Let's create our character.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
I will do so.
Confirm pre-service history.
Alright. Spacer. Both your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Colonist, you were born and raised on Mindjor, a small colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindjor, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol and enlisted with the military a few years later. Earthborn. You were an orphan, raised on the streets of the great megatropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. I'm going colonist.
Confirm psychological profile.
Soul survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived whilst all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. war hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule. Get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. Soul Survivor.
Confirm military specialization.
Ooh. Soldier. Soldiers are combat specialists ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in all weapons, start with medium armor, and can train in heavy. Engineer. Engineers are tech specialists. Using the Omni tool, they can disrupt security systems, repair or modify tech, disrupt enemies or shields, heal squads. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. Biotics. Adepts are biotic specialists. I wish they would have called it biotic instead of adept, but I get it. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield their squad, and disable or destroy enemies. They only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. Infiltrator. Infiltrators combine tech and combat to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offense rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. Sentinel. Sentinels are biotic and tech specialists. They use biotics and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with tech and biotics. They are more efficient in tech and biotics than other classes, but they at the expense of combat. They can only wear light armor and receive no special weapons training. Vanguard. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents and are especially deadly at short range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. But I'm going infiltrator, baby. Anything to use that sniper rifle. And I'm gonna grab lift.
Confirm facial identification.
And we're gonna change appearance, and I'm just gonna go real quick down to this little box here. And I'm gonna edit this in real quick. There it is. Except the only thing I'm gonna change No, actually, you know what? That's exactly what I wanted, so let's finalize that.
Reconstruction complete.
And yes, that is what I would like.
Confirmed.
Normal. Don't know why it was on casual. Squad only. Off. Legendary. Subtitles off. Autosave on. Squad power usage all. Okay, so I had to touch on this for real quick. So, for subtitles, I know most people do subtitles on, and that's fine. I understand it, but I have trouble concentrating on gameplay or visuals and staying focused in a TV show or video game when subtitles are on, so I have to play them with them off. I'm sorry if this affects anybody, and if that's not how you would want it, you can always turn subtitles on in the settings of the video itself, So I hope you guys understand, it's just to be able to keep me focused on the actual gameplay. Otherwise, I wind up looking at the subtitles the whole time. And here we go!
Well, what about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
He saw his whole
Mindwar
unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
We all do.
Every soldier has scars.
Damn
Shepard's
right.
a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
No, but that's what
the
you
only kind
need.
of person who can protect the galaxy.
Exactly.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled space and time. The citizens of the galaxy called it Mass Effect. I still can't get through all that in time, no matter how I try.
In range. Initiating
Chakras!
transmission sequence.
Commander?
Soldier? I don't think that was Jenkins. It might have been,
We are
actually.
connected.
Presley!
Calculating transit mass and destination.
We miss you, Presley.
The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector.
Joker!
All stations secure for transit.
Ooh, I love the Normandy, dude. Excuse me? Pardon me? Nihilus, how's it going, buddy?
The board is green. Approach run has begun.
Ooh, the mass relays!
Hitting a relay in 3, 2.
Dude, I remember watching this for the first time. And it still blows me away, dude. I was gonna say it blew me away. It still blows me away. I absolutely love it.
Internal emission sync engaged.
Joker!
All systems
Our
online.
real hero.
Drift.
Shepard couldn't have done it without you.
1500K.
1500 is good.
May not be able to take you on the missions,
I hate that guy.
but you're always with us in spirit.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
Remember
Gaten?
to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead, so that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid.
Paranoid. The council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth
Understand.
systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network.
So,
I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is...
I remember
He's already
finding
here, Lieutenant.
this game
Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
for the very first
that
time.
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
And my
Captain
god,
always sounds
dude,
like that when he's talking to
what
me.
a grab.
Possibly imagine why.
Because, like, here's the thing. So when I found this game, I was in GameStop just looking around for a new game to play. And I wasn't sure what I wanted. And I'm looking, and I go off to this corner, and I see sitting on the shelf this game. And all I see from the cover is it's got this mysterious alien in the background. It's got a planet, and it's got 3 characters on it. I look at the back, I'm reading the description. I'm like, it sounds pretty good, I'll give it a try. It was like $20 at most. It wasn't really advertised. No special attention given to it. I get home, I put this thing in, and I go to play it, and instantly I fall in love with it, dude. From the customization to the aliens to and I remember discovering what Solarians were for the first time. Turians, Asari. Like, it just blew me away. This little game that I found just off in the corner somewhere, and here I am almost 20 years later, still in love with it. Still play it all the time. Like, literally all the time. If you were to look at my options, like, you could see, I love this game. So, okay, I gotta put it into pistol so I can get sniper rifle as soon as I want. I can. I'm gonna go infiltrator and charm. Missions prologue on the Normandy. You are Lieutenant Commander Shepard, Executive Officer of the SSV Normandy. Go speak to Anderson. Got it. Codex.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the
Turians
Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers.
Yes, they
The
were.
Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up
By
the
a
single
wide
largest
margin.
portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a
So I'm
somewhat
pretty
prolonged
sure they...
attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the first
wonder why that
contact
could
war
be.
of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
So the Turians, if I remember right, outnumber humans in terms of dreadnoughts by 5 times the amount. That means if we have 10 dreadnoughts, they have 50. That is how prominent their fleets are, dude. And they're no joke. Like, oh my god, dude, I love them. They're so cool. They look so cool.
Roughly 12.
They have, they have like this feline look to them, but it's just the way they move, the appendages next to their mouth. Sorry if you heard that. I hit my mic. The appendages next to the mouth, like, it's just, I love how they look, dude. Mass Effect has done a really good job with the way their aliens look. Like, they're not too humanoid. Given some exceptions, like the Asari, for instance, or even the Drell a little bit, but they're not too...
The systems
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, because we won't meet them till the second Mass Effect.
The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
Sweet! Personal history. Profile. You were raised on Minjwar, on the fringes of the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, the colony was raided by slavers. The entire settlement was razed and your friends and family were slaughtered. A passing Alliance patrol rescued you, but all you loved was destroyed. You enlisted with the Alliance military, eventually volunteering to go to Akuz, a colony that had mysteriously dropped out of contact. As soon as it arrived on the surface, your patrol was attacked by thresher maws, mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose up from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire couldn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity must pay as they spread throughout the stars. History. Alright, let's head on out.
I'm telling you, I just saw him.
Ladies, gentlemen, hello.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Adams.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Yes sir, he wants to see me.
I'm on my way to give him a status update right now.
With all due respect, sir, maybe he'll finally tell you what we're really doing out here.
You're free to speak your mind, Presley. What's your worries?
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That makes sense. I get why he'd be worried about them, but, you know, not all of them are
That's
bad.
30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board, especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command.
Oh yeah, they do.
And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs.
Nope.
Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down
And
all
he's
metals, he could
the
make a
best
life-size
captain we could have
statue of
gotten.
himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
Very true, very true. I mean, it's obvious. When something's going down, the crew can feel it. You know, you can try to hide it, but they're gonna be aware something's different.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology.
Not visually, of
Normandy's
course,
the only
but
ship with this prototype drive.
Yep.
But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too.
it would mean
Plus,
more
there's
profit.
Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
And we know big companies love their profit, so anything to increase that line, that threshold.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Yeah, I get it, Presley. Well, I'll see if I can get some answers while I talk to the captain.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
2.
Humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. At that time, the Alliance allowed survey fleets to activate any dormant mass relays
which
discovered.
possibly couldn't go wrong. I mean,
and irresponsible by Council-aligned races.
I could just opening
When
a
Turian
random
patrol
device you had
discovered
no
a human
idea
fleet
about
attempting
go
to activate a
wrong.
relay, they attacked. One human
The
vessel
folly of
survived,
humanity.
retreating to the colony of Shanxi. The Turians followed, quickly defeating the local forces. Shanxi was occupied, the first and to date only human world to be conquered by an alien species. The Turians believed the handful of ships they defeated represented the bulk of human defenses.
I mean,
So
in
they were
that
unprepared when
situation,
the
you
Second
would
Fleet,
assume that of anybody
under
that
Admiral
you met.
Castany Drescher, launched
It's not
a strong
unusual.
counteroffensive, evicting them from Shanxi. The Turians mobilized for full-scale war, drawing the attention of the rest of the galaxy. The Council quickly intervened, forcing a truce.
Luckily.
Fortunately for humanity, the First Contact War was ended with a diplomatic solution.
Absolutely. Because we know humanity would have gotten their butts kicked if it wasn't for the Council intervening. And it's not because humanity is bad at fighting, it's not because we wouldn't have put up a good effort, it's simply because we are new to the galaxy, we're new to the universe, we don't know it as well as these other species who have been traveling around it for much longer than us, so they would have the home field advantage. Makes total sense of why it was lucky for us. Starships, sensors. Light lag prevents sensing in real time at great distances. A ship firing its thrusters at the Chiron relay can be easily detected from Earth, 5.75 light hours, 6 billion kilometers away, but Earth will only see the event 5 hours and 45 minutes after it occurs. Due to the light speed limit, defenders can't see enemies coming until they have already arrived. Because there is FTL travel and communications, but no FTL sensors, frigates are crucial for scouting and picket duties. Passive sensors are used for long-range detection, whilst active sensors obtain short-range, high-quality targeting data. Passive sensors include visual, thermographic, and radio detectors that watch and listen for objects in space. A powered ship emits a great deal of energy. The heat of the life support systems, the radiation given off by power plants and electrical equipment, the exhaust of the thrusters. Starships stand out plainly against the near absolute zero background of space. Passive sensors can be used during FTL travel, but incoming data is significantly distorted by the effects of the mass effect envelope and Doppler shift. Active sensors are radars and high-resolution LADARs, laser detection and ranging, that emit a ping of energy and listen for returning signals. LADARs have a narrower field of view than radar, but LADAR resolution allows images of detected objects to be assembled. Active sensors are useless when a ship is moving at FTO speeds. Even though we know, in real life, you cannot exceed the speed of light.
That's crazy.
You can get near it,
He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
but you can't exceed it.
Choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
There's probably possibilities of bypassing stretches of space, but you can't overtake light speed. There's actually a cool effect too, that the closer you get to light speed, the slower time moves. So your perception of time will be slower than somebody who's moving at a slower rate than the speed of light. And then the slower you go, the faster time moves. I can't explain it as well as somebody like Neil deGrasse Tyson, but I do understand it.
What do you
Chickens,
think,
chakwas.
Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Yeah, and it may end up in something far worse than a few injuries, Jenkins.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Yep.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
It'll be alright. You just gotta go about it like normal, everyday
Just
business.
treat this like every other assignment you've had,
Exactly.
and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a
Let
coup.
Nihilus focus on
Everybody
his
knows what
job,
can
you
do.
focus on
This is my
yours.
big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
I get it. You want to impress them, but don't let trying to impress them lead to a mistake
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
or an
Don't worry,
overreaction.
sir. I'm not going to screw this up.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the
Sounds like
outskirts of the
paradise,
At
dude.
night,
I would
used climb
love
this
to
big
live there.
hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even paradise gets boring after a while.
Depends on who you are. I could be content with it forever.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, most people you would think, oh, they're just overreacting. But, like, somebody like Jenkins, who's lived there, who knows it, has grown up on it, knows the daily activities, they would know when something's out of the ordinary, so, like, he's the best one to listen to in this situation.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols
Makes
protecting
sense.
Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them...
I wonder whose fault that is.
Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for
Of course
Nihilus,
they'd blame
I
them.
haven't said more than 2 words to him.
Why
He
take
usually
responsibility
only
when you
speaks
can
to
pass
the
it on to
captain.
somebody
I hope
else?
we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
You might want to fact check that, Jenkins. I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying he didn't. I mean, we will. But
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only
that's
what
because
I've
we're the
heard.
protagonists.
Spectre
Like,
agents work directly for
that's
the Citadel
our
Council. They
gift.
usually work alone or in
Yes, we
small
get to take
groups.
down
Spectres don't have any
everybody
official
ourselves.
power. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Yeah, they do. Which
Why don't we have any
is
of
a
our own people
double-edged
in there?
sword. It can be good
Spectres
or bad.
usually come from the
But,
council
you know, the
races,
potential is always
like
there
the
for it to go
Turians.
wrong.
We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
You're too
Hey,
eager.
Commander,
You
you
just
make
gotta
a good
relax.
Spectre.
Let
Always
it
get
happen
dropped
when it
into impossible
happens.
situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds, just like you on a cruise.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk
I
about
try
that.
not to think about Akuz.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you.
Wasn't an
I respect
offense.
what you
It's
did.
just
We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past.
sometimes
Was there something else you needed?
it's not an offense, because like sometimes when you go through a traumatic experience, you're not offended when somebody talks about it. It's just reliving it, experiencing those memories again, can bring it up in such a way that it's like going through it all over again. It's actually very surprising how proficient the human brain is at re-delivering that pain as if it was the first time again. And that's what makes it such a hard thing to get over in certain situations. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just pick yourself up and move on, and you're still wounded from it, even all those years later.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
I mean...
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
The old saying of fight fire with fire, which you don't do. Actually, if I remember right, there are certain situations where you do that. But typically...
The captain's waiting for me.
Let's go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance, and answer only to the Citadel Council.
And they're based off of the Solarians, if I remember right.
Granted the authority to deal with threats to peace and stability
I know they are.
in whatever way they deem necessary. They operate independently or in groups of 2 or 3. Some are empathetic peacekeepers,
Foreshadowing.
resolving disputes through diplomacy. Others are cold-blooded assassins, ruthlessly dispatching problem individuals. All get the job done one way or another, often operating outside the bounds of galactic law. The Spectres were founded after the Solarians joined the Council.
Gotcha.
For many years they operated in secrecy as backroom problem solvers. Only after the Krogan rebellions did their activities become publicized. Assignment of a Spectre is less contentious than a military deployment, but makes it clear that the Council is concerned about a situation.
Makes sense. You need somebody well equipped to take care of it, but you don't want to alarm anybody else, so sending one person or a small team is less conspicuous.
Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
Talk about what?
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I heard it's paradise.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them.
Yep, maintain them.
How safe is it really?
That's always the question, isn't it?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard.
Exactly.
The galaxy
we don't know
can be
the
a very
dangers, we don't know
Is the Alliance truly ready
the
for this?
territory is established.
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
See, that's the thing also that doesn't get talked about a lot, is that as we step out into the galactic universe, right? We step out into this world, so here in Mass Effect, or even in real life, we don't know the territories we're stepping into. You know, we have this perception that we're the only intelligent life form around, but really we have very limited knowledge of what's actually out there, if there's anything out there, which I wholeheartedly believe there is. It's folly to think we're the only intelligent life. And so when you travel out, we're a very new species to the universe. Who knows what boundaries have already been established, and as we go and travel out there and try to put our foot into this galactic frontier, we may be taking a world that already belongs to somebody else. So it's this very delicate situation, and that's often the argument of, like, is humanity ready to go into space? Because you get into that point of we're so headstrong to take what we want because we think of ourselves as the only life form that we don't often consider, what if we're not? What if what we're taking it belongs to somebody else? It's a really interesting thought process that even in Mass Effect you can see they don't really take into consideration. So and that's what I love, is like it's true to how humanity would act, and that's not showing humanity in a negative. It's just like any species would be this way. Like, the Solarians, the Turians would all have operated in this way because at some point, each species wouldn't know if another species was out there. So how do you react to the environment around you? Like, you know, you want that trepidation, but you also want to be firm enough and confident enough to start expanding your colony. So it's really interesting preposition to entertain.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis.
Okay.
A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
Or is it?
Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper
Makes
study.
sense.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander.
Obviously.
This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Very true.
It never hurts.
We have
to
no
have a few
idea
extra
what it
hands
is.
on board.
The
How
beacon's
dangerous
not the
it
only
is.
reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Sweet.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every
We're
time I
being
turn
called
around.
up.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy.
But we have to prove
more
our
singular
work.
council.
That's the
The
important
Spectres
part.
represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept
We have
the
to
human in their
earn
ranks,
that
it shows
extra
how far
privilege.
the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz.
Thank you.
You showed a remarkable will to live.
Alright, sometimes
useful talent. That's
you
why
have
I put
to.
your name forward as a candidate for
no matter
the
how hard
Spectres.
you try, sometimes you just all you can do is not give up. Fighting and all that's not going to do anything. Sometimes you just have to persevere, to not give up no matter the odds.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I'm honored. Thank you very much,
I
Nihilus.
assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see
I'll do
your
my
skills
best.
for myself, Commander.
I won't let you
Prime
down.
will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and
Got
get
it.
it onto the ship ASAP.
Yes, sir.
Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Sounds good. I need to know more about
Why
the
is this
beacon.
beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology.
Or is it?
Yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars,
To perhaps an
we'd still be
older
stuck on Earth.
civilization.
That was just a small data cache.
Who
what we could
knows?
learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
True.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of
I
raiders
mean,
and
really,
criminal
you'd be
groups active in
picking.
the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon.
It says the
is worth
wrong
risk of
hands, but
attacking
you're
an
really
Alliance ship.
picking
Plus,
the
Eden
lesser
Prime is
of
right
two
on the border
evils.
of the Terminus systems.
You know, because not all of humanity is good, and not all of them, even within the Systems Alliance, is going to want to use it for the righteous reason. So you're not really picking the better hands, you're picking the lesser of two evils. So it's really interesting.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection.
Man, sometimes that's what you have to do.
Terminus systems attack,
No,
it's
it's
an act
never.
of war.
Sometimes you don't have
Yes.
that purity
Some of the
to
species
choose.
in Terminus might be
You
willing to
just
start
have
a
to
war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is
choose
to get
the
dragged
less
into a major conflict with
dangerous
the Terminus systems.
option.
We have to keep this low key.
Makes sense. No starting wars.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Right, and the Protheans.
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why.
Or did they? Dun 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 dun.
Galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is
missed an
the very
extra
heart
dot.
of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible.
Yeah, and something else wouldn't be possible too. Something you don't foresee coming, but that will occur. Let's go.
The word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better
It
see
all
this.
went to.
Bring it up on screen.
It all went chaotic. I'm trying not to swear. I usually swear, but I'm trying not to. I don't know how it'll be received with certain changes that have been made. It's better to play safe. Oof. The fear on his face. Like, just imagine the damage it could do. Like, if they really wanted to.
Cuts out after that. No comm traffic.
Like,
at all.
obviously they had to get the beacon, so they're not going to destroy everything,
Reverse
but
hold of 38.5.
like, anybody who's gone into Mass Effect 3 knows the devastation that can happen.
Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
For those who are new, I won't tell you what they are.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
You'll figure it out
Small
as it goes
strike
on.
team can move quickly without drawing
But,
attention.
yeah,
It's
just
our best chance to secure the beacon.
what that ship could
Grab your
do,
gear and meet us in the cargo hold.
even just
Tell Alenko and Jenkins
without
to shoot
trying.
up. You're going in.
Engaging stealth
Ooh.
systems.
Beautiful shot.
Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander.
Got it.
Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective.
Not with me,
The
it's
beacon's
not.
your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
I hear that.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
He can trust
Mission's
us.
yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
We won't let him down.
We are approaching drop point 2.
Hopefully nothing goes horribly wrong when he gets to his destination, but you know, that's beyond our control. Alright, I'm gonna grab my sniper.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Map overload. Alright guys, let's move out. This, I still can't get over how gorgeous this game looks, dude. The effort they put into this shows so much, dude. I love the little hint, the ray of light coming between the trees, the leaves falling, like that was in the original game, but like just the different colors on the trees because of the season. Oh, it's just the reflection in the water. Like I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. Like, just absolutely beautiful, dude. Great. I love it. I played this game so hard when I first got it, dude. I played it so much, the game was bugging out by the time I got to my final playthroughs of it, dude. Just like, Because it had been so long, and I just everything, dude. Like so many hours. I think in total of the original playthrough, I probably clocked over 1,000 hours easily. That's the low side. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I hit like 2,000 or 3,000 hours. Did we get him? I feel it. Yeah, we got him. Kaden must have taken one of them out. Took one of them out. He'll get a burial.
He receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Always be prepared. I wonder if anybody actually knows that song. I don't know if that's actually what it was called in the movie, but if anybody knows who I'm referencing.
I've got some burn
Good work,
buildings
Kaden.
here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check.
Oh, I forgot to give Kaden his stuff. Alright, we'll give you barrier and first aid. Alright, you are in charge of the ground team dropped onto Eden Prime, an Alliance colony under attack. Your primary goal is to find and secure the Prothean beacon. Heal Kaden up. Because the tutorial would tell you to do that. I'm gonna... Kaden. Thank you. Need you in waiting. One more to go. Got it. God, I love this sniper rifle, dude. It is my favorite weapon in the game. Oh. And then here's a med kit. Nice and easy to grab. For after your tutorial, you know, when you spend a med kit, they just give you one. So nice. So thoughtful. Alright. See what's waiting over the horizon. You got this, kid. Good work. This scene, ooh, God, it still gets me. Like, I thought they were gonna do something like it would, you'd have flashing lights, you'd see like an animation of like an unknown liquid. Got him.
Thanks for your help, Commander.
Almost tore through all my shields, but you know, we got it.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Yes, I am, but how are you doing?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
What happened to your unit?
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
It's not your fault. There's nothing you could have done about
it. Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Come
We could
along.
use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
You go ahead, tell me about the
everything
beacon.
you know about the beacon.
They were doing some
Well, if you're
digging after
wondering
they
who
extended
climbed
the
up with me,
monorail
it's
and
just
scanned the
my
colony. A few
my
weeks
dog.
ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins.
She
and
wanted
the beacon.
she got
Suddenly, every
lonely.
scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the scientist?
What happened to the
There she
researchers
is.
at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Yeah. And what happened before?
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
You know about the
What else
Geth.
do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed
About
to be a source
300
of
years
cheap
ago.
labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile.
Did they really though?
After that, they just
Like,
kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
I mean, there might be some key information we learn later on in another game that might challenge that hypothesis. Or that long-held belief, I should say.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime, none that I've ever met. Not
Well,
sure
you
I'd be
missed
able
two.
to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon.
They still...
Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry, like I said, no Turians.
You can tell that the old video game technology of, it can't generate the gun that you were holding when you got to the cutscene. So it just throws in the base gun.
Move out.
Alright, Ash, let's get you. So, you're gonna want assault rifles, you won't use anything other than that. Grab a soldier, we're good there. Let's go grab some equipment.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Reactive rounds, basic round. Scorpion. So let's equip some new stuff. Basic. I'm not gonna want any of that. We will though. That's what I wanted. We'll have Ash take the basic. And then I will take the Scorpion. Aldrin Labs is a human manufacturer based on the Luna colony. Providing basic reliable equipment at an affordable cost has made them a primary supplier of armor, omni-tools, and bioamps to the Systems Alliance military. Lightweight, comfortable armor affords basic protection from enemy attacks and minimizes movement penalties affecting weapon accuracy. i.e., anybody can wear light armor, only a few can wear the other ones. Alright, Ash, what do you got? You got your assault rifle, that's good. I totally missed that one. 2 down, 1 to go. Well, 3 down technically, but you know. And who said sniper rifles couldn't be used up close? I think they're just not trying hard enough. We got some more, and we leveled up, so your accuracy drops to 15. That's fine. We'll give you the Avenger. Then you guys use, Alright, now I've got 6. So I can put most into... And then Ash, you're simple to take care of in terms of points.
Impaling victims instead of just shooting them. There must be some reason behind it.
Classic psychological warfare. They're using terror as a weapon.
Yeah, I don't actually remember if we find out why they're draining the resources from the humans. It's very interesting.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Okay. Did anybody survive?
Think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Works.
Change
Oh,
plan, Shepard.
go ahead, Nihilus.
Small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Sounds good. So go to research camp, got it. Codex, alright, we got a couple of these to take care of and then we can wrap up.
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy.
It's not
Prothean ruins
certain.
are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kaje, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
So that's really cool that they're talking about how, like, Kaje shows signs of Prothean interference, right? And for those of you who have played through Mass Effect, you know who I'm going to talk about. Those of you who are new, I won't spoil it for you. But as we travel through Mass Effect and through the 3 games, we will have a companion who believes that their homeworld was uplifted by gods, right? And then through the games discovers that what they believed is wrong, and comes to learn that in reality their civilization was interfered with by the Protheans. It's a really cool dynamic to see their viewpoints on this culture, on their culture, and the Protheans change as they discover this information. And then the whole rebirth of interventionary evolutionist is really cool too, because that gives the thought that this is an actual thing in human culture, where there are people, many people, who believe that the god myths that we have, such as those of Thor, Odin, Poseidon, Zeus, all these gods from these different panthologies, or these different cultures, these different pantheons, that's what I meant to say, are actually misremembered encounters, like it said, with alien life. And there's some things on Earth that I highly believe and think point to the fact that we did not make them ourselves. I won't get into that because I'm not starting an argument, but it's just really cool that they take real world ideologies and situations and put them into Mass Effect, which really helps boost Mass Effect as a living, breathing galactic world, right? So it's really cool to see.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs.
Created 300 years ago.
300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won
that's
the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society.
There's another species you should be looking to as well.
Distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
Nobody questions why the Geth, who they have been told revolted and wanted to exterminate the Quarians, never left the Perseus Veil. Like, nobody's like, that's weird, these murderous robots just stayed in their corner of the universe. Like, it seems a little suspect to me. And again, those who have played through Mass Effect know why. Those who are new, something to ponder. Oh, there was something else about that too that I was going to say, and now I forgot. Oh, about the networked AI is a really cool way of giving lore to the mechanic in-game of that they are easier to defeat as the numbers get down. But also, it gives a really interesting psychological insight into their tactics in war, where they would be a swarm species, right? They would come in, they'd drop a whole bunch of Geth onto the battlefield and try to overwhelm their opponents by number, so that as they lost Geth to battle, they retained their intelligence at the level that allows them to reason, analyze, become tactical, all that stuff. So it's really interesting that from that you learn that they're a swarm tactic species.
The Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation
wild
of
west
species,
of space,
united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel Conventions.
They'd call it freedom.
Comes at a price. The Terminus
we call it lawlessness.
War among the various species is common, as governments and dictators constantly rise and fall. The region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from the terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the terminus systems could unify
I keep
the
hitting my
disparate
mic. I'm
species
sorry about
against
that.
their common foe, triggering a long and costly war.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're poking at the Council to try to get them to engage in war and thus turn everybody against them. It's exactly what they want. So the best solution is not to retaliate.
Combat hard suits use a dual-layer system to protect the wearer. The inner layer consists of fabric armor with kinetic padding. Areas
flexible.
that don't need to be flexible, such as the chest or shins, are reinforced with sheets of lightweight ablative ceramic. The outer layer consists of automatically generated
breathable
kinetic barriers. Objects traveling above a certain speed will trigger the barrier's reflex system and be deflected, provided there is enough energy left in the shield's power cell. Armored hardsuits are sealable to protect the wearer from extremes of temperature and atmosphere. Standard equipment includes an onboard mini-frame and a communications, navigation, and sensing suite.
Nice.
The mini-frame is designed to accept and display data from a weapon's smart targeting system to make it easier to locate and eliminate enemies. Kinetic
Easier, but not guaranteed.
more commonly called shields, provide protection against most mass accelerator weapons. Whether on a starship or a soldier's suit of armor, the basic principle remains the same. Kinetic barriers are repulsive mass effect fields, projected from tiny emitters. These shields safely deflect small objects traveling at rapid velocities.
Bullets.
This affords protection from bullets and other dangerous projectiles.
Projectiles
Still
whipped
allows
up
the
by
user to
high-speed
sit down
winds.
without
Blah, blah,
knocking
blah.
away
You
their
know, you have
chair.
your...
The shielding afforded by kinetic barriers
So if you get
does
attacked
not
by a
protect
knife or a
against
machete,
extremes of temperature,
yeah, a lot.
toxins, or radiation.
Yep. And again, something else Mass Effect does really good is incorporating jargon for games, like your shields, for instance, as part of the lore. Again, you know, they could just say, it's your shield, we'd all accept that, but they give a background to it. It is these kinetic barriers that are referred to in-world as shields, and that is why they're called shields as you play through the game. It's just a really cool detail that they put in to kind of be like, yeah, it's your shields, and that's, everybody knows that as a technical term for what protects you, but here's why in game they're called shields. I love it, dude. Love it. Upgrades. The development of practical manufacturing omni-tools allows modern militaries a great deal of flexibility in equipment loadouts. A vast number of field modification kits, or upgrades, are available for common equipment such as weapons, armor, omni-tools, biotic amps, and even grenades. An upgrade kit typically consists of less than a dozen unique parts and an optical storage disk. When loaded into an omni-tool, the OSD provides all technical specifications required to manufacture the tools and additional parts necessary to install the upgrade onto another piece of equipment. Assembly is typically modular, and installation can be completed in less than a minute. My voice is breaking. Hold on. Since Omni-tools are designed to use common battlefield salvage materials, such as plastics, ceramics, and light metals, rendered into semi-molten Omni-gel, for quick use, it is quite possible for a trained soldier carrying upgrade kits to customize gear on the battlefield to fit the current tactical situation. Again, given that hint of the mechanic you can use in game, giving it a lore-based reason for existing. So in the middle of battle, you can pull up your menu, go into your equipment, switch out your modifications mid-battle. So you're facing death, you can go in, switch it out to items that will deal with synthetics. Oh, now you got Krogan and Batarians coming in. Oh, now switch it mid-battle again, so you have something to deal with organics. It's a system I don't use often, but it's really cool that it's there for you to use if you want to. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, the first episode of Mass Effect is coming to an end. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to stay up to date with everything this channel has to offer.